Is this you? Have you taken a pill? Is this pill just leave you in a question? Have you been unable to find the question that's going to free you? Perhaps it's right behind you. Is it possible we're in a fake, false reality? Or is it all an illusion? Perhaps it is time for you to find your key. I do believe I've found mine. I want to welcome you to the Infinite Knowledge is Power show. My name is Michael Comet Alpough. Some people call me Michael. Some people call me Comet. Just don't call me any bad names. And I'm usually a turnaround. So it's been a while since I've been back here, since last week when I left you off on what is energy. And I described it similarly to how my the certain devices that I have been promoting for years puts out energy in pulse electromagnetic fields. So today I'm going to be talking about spirit and basically what does that mean? What does being in spirit? I know they say our spirit goes on. Some say we're connected to spirit. Some say we are spirit and somebody comes and grabs us. So there's all kinds of questions. We give our allegiance to the spirit. Okay. I'm not here to question anybody's spirituality. I'm here to bring an added awareness to what spirit is. So if you already are, then what I'm going to say to you, you're probably going to agree. And if you're not, then we'll just say we don't agree. Okay. So now you've heard all kinds of people say, I'm living in the spirit. I'm run by the spirit. I only answer to the spirit. Okay. Now, here is a miniature hourglass. All right. Okay. You already know what this means, right? It means time. Time. In an hourglass is time. Now, this is 3 minutes. Now, I want to ask you, do you spend actually 3 minutes a day where you say to yourself, I am no longer in the physical, I'm actually in the spiritual? And what does that mean? Okay. So now this is 3 minutes. Now I'm wondering, my friend, because I feel like I'm speaking to someone who's my friend. And the only thing is for us as friends, we're trying to figure out our way how to get there. So my challenge to you is, do you spend 3 minutes a day stating to yourself, I am living in the spirit? How about you, my friend? Do you? Well, I do. And it's more than 3 minutes. Okay. Now, first of all, I need to say what I always start off with is my I love yous. And I love you, Michael. I love you till your cup fillets over, and so that you can love your friend that you're speaking to right now. I love you so much. I'm letting all my problems and issues go so that I can be free to share my gift with my friend who I'm speaking to. You see, I'm only talking to one person. I know that my message is probably for the few, but I'm only going to talk to one person, and that's you. Okay. Whoever you might be. Perhaps you need someone like me to talk to you about what is spirit. Okay. Now, according to everything that I understand, we are spirit and physical. We are physical more. Touch. Okay. Spirit is supposed to be invisible. You understand it by a belief, faith, things like that, on discovering what actual spirit is. Okay. Now, for me here, I need to explain to you in the example of how you live, how we live on this planet. We live in a singularity. Okay. We live on the earth. It's what we see and what's in front of us. Okay. But it is a, what do you call it? Simulation, a matrix, a program. It is where we live in this the single. So what is in the single? Well, the moment you're born, in the singularity, first thing that you're taught is what? How to work. What's you going to be? The moment you're born, you see Johnny. Look at Johnny. He's pushing the trucks. I bet he could be a truck driver. Ah, look at him. He's pushing that fire truck. Oh, you want to be a fire truck? You want to be a fireman? Ah, I see he's reading a book. It's possible Johnny wants to be a lawyer. You see? Ah, he picked up a bat. He might want to be a baseball player. You see, that's the first thing in the singularity that you're taught. And you're being prepared the moment you are born to go get an occupation. All right, you're supposed to have all that done by the time you get out of high school figured out, right? Second thing, your religion in the singularity. Religion, you have to get down. Most of everyone is born into a religion and have been for centuries. If you're Catholic, you bring that down. If you're Muslim, you bring that down. Bring that down. You forward all that down to, your children. Okay, so your religion. Next one is political. You have to have political. East, West, North, South, Democrat, Republican, Socialist, whatever it is. Okay, then family. You're going to continue your cycle in family. Getting married, having children is what you're supposed to do. Okay. Now, fifth is entertainment. So you have 5 things in the singularity that's going clockwise. Okay. Job, religion, political, family, and entertainment. Now, entertainment is very important because that keeps the cycle going when you reach into superior mediocrity. And this singularity creates superior mediocrity. Whether or not you have a good job, whether or not your religion is the one on top, okay, that if you have religion, everyone gets persecuted. Okay, you're political. If your team doesn't win, you get persecuted. If your team does win, you can persecute the other person. Okay, your family. All right, we all know how hard it is to have family. Everybody's dealing with family always. All right, and then entertainment. Which one's your sports team? What go-go dance do you go to? What do you do? Are you a bowler? Okay, these smoke bowls. This is a singularity that we all come into and we participate actively. And what this singularity does is it creates superior mediocrity, either higher or lower. You understand? You're either feeling more superior or you're feeling less mediocrity, even less. You're not getting anything. You see, it just depends. Okay. So now, where does spirit come into this? Well, it's supposed to come in religion, but see, there's always the rules that on the daily that affects one different that lets spirit get in the way. So one gets caught up in the rules more than one gets caught up in what the spirit is supposed to be. So now, what am I looking for in spirit? Okay. Now, my whole thing is we're supposed to have a deeper relationship with ourselves. That's what it's supposed to be. That's the depth of what our spirit is supposed to do. Our spirit within us is here to have a deeper relationship within ourselves, starting at the cellular basis, understanding that your cells have love and their love is to take care of you, whether or not your little tiny toe or your tiny fingernail. Okay? That's what they have. All right, so now I just told you what the singularity is and what you live in. All right. Now, in this process, you must become from a singularity to a duality because your spirit, your true spirit, is separate of all of this. You see, this duality is to separate you from your spiritual. This singularity, I'm sorry, the singularity is supposed to get you away from the actual duality of who you are, and that is spirit. But because you can't see it, you have to have imagination and action behind that. Some would call it faith or belief, or putting action into what your beliefs are. Okay. Now, this this part 4 here is going to go over just a little bit because of this is the most important one. The first 3 shows have been to get up to this point here. Okay. As we go on forward here, but this is really what it is. What is spirit? Who am I, spirit? And what do I see as spirit? Okay. Now, since we live in this singularity, we can only pretty much go by what we see is in order to form some type of opinion on what spirituality is. Now, first thing I want to say is I want to be a love. Okay, so now when you look out into everywhere in our surroundings, in the singularity, what is the greatest act of love? What's the greatest act of love? Now, I've thought about this for a long time and on everything. All right, and we know it has nothing to do with money, but I will say what I feel and what the greatest act is. The greatest act of love is when a mother has her child, and that child is placed on the mother's stomach, and she sees the breath of life that she has given to the child. And in that moment, when her child begins to breathe on their own, and they meet eyes or beforehand, but it is that act of giving that life to another being, because it takes 9 months to create. Okay. And on top of that, the mother, that love, has the ability to not just give life, but to feed that life. You see? So that act is, to me, the greatest act of love. And then that that's a hard one. That's a high. That's high. That that greatness of spirit. That's how I want to always live. And if I want a spirit that's going to help me, then I want that spirit to love me in that same vein. Okay. So number one on the dual is you want love. How do you see it? It's the greatest act of love that one can feel, and that is the love of a mother to her child being brought into this world, because nobody else can do it, including a man. Okay. Yes, maybe you've been able to do it in test tubes and those kind of things, and that's another story. But right now, there's nothing greater. Okay. If somebody can explain that to me different, then I'll be more than happy to listen to. Okay. So I want to feel that love and a deep relationship within my spirit. So that same love is what I want to feel towards me. And that's why I'm asking my spirit to bring that out of me. Okay. That I want to feel that type of love. It's like just like a big burst of love. You've all felt that in giving and helping someone, and you know how it feels, and also somebody to show an act of kindness to you. Okay. Now, the number two thing that I want in spirit is communication. I want communication. I don't want to be sitting around waiting forever to get a word from some spirit that is not giving me priority. And I want to communicate honestly to myself. You see, to myself, communicate honest to myself. So I want to have the same feeling of that birth love to myself and from spirit. And I also want to have communication to myself so that I can communicate outside of my spirit. You see? Now, number three, openness. I want openness, that you're open to me in our communication. Are you greater than me? Are you here to teach me? Or am I here I already know and how to teach myself? And you're going to show me how to teach myself in sort of a motherly type of way, but in a communication type of way, like a child would go, son, you need to put your, that shirt doesn't match before you leave the house. It's also wrinkled. Go ahead, do this. Well, mom, can I have this bike? Well, son, that bike is too big for you. Okay, so we're going to wait. Well, mom, if I can show you that I know how to ride that bike, would you be open enough to get that bike for me? Well, yes, if you could do that and show me that you're not going to fall off and break your neck, then yeah, I probably would. See, that's what I call openness. So it's not like a strict, that's like, I'm going to you want to be able to grow. I want to be able to grow by whatever great spirit is supposed to teach me. But at the same time, I must be able to question so that I can understand. Okay. Also, the fourth thing is personality. I want to know the personality of this, first of all, of myself. What do I want to be like? You see, I want to be a nurturing person. I want to be a strong person. I want to be a supportive person. I want to be a confident person. I want support to be better. Or I need people to and someone, a spirit, to build my confidence up. You see, I want to know, is that your type of spirit? You see, because communication and openness, you should know these things. Otherwise, you would have questions. And so the fifth thing leads into agreements. Okay, agreements. Okay, I can agree that we're going to hang out for a while. And then if we decide, hey, we're not for each other, then I can go my separate way. And this is not something that's going to threaten me all the way for the rest of my life, because I said this time I would. Well, maybe there's only this thing I needed to learn from you. but I don't owe you something for my whole existence, unless one decides that's what they want to do. You see? So this is what the duality is, living in duality. You see, again, this is how you practice this, by taking some time and sitting down and being in the spirit. So, you know what? I'm going to be in the spirit right now. I don't know what that means, but let me figure out what I'm looking for. See, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for extraordinary love. Extraordinary love. You're looking for extraordinary communication. Extraordinary openness. You want to know the person in an extraordinary way. And you want to be able to make agreements that are kept, but also can be renegotiated. You see, we live for a long time. And especially after we're gone. Ask Bruce Lee. Ask Harry Houdini. You know, Harry Houdini's probably been dead for more than 100 years, right? I think somewhere in that range, right? The great Bruce Lee, he's been gone like 44 years, something like that, you see? Longer than he lived. These principles you must carry with you at all times. It is my extreme desire that I have opened a window for you of understanding yourself. Okay? This singularity has been going on for a long time and will continue to go on for a long time. And that's why we learn to live in duality. Our spirit, we walk with our spirit, knowing our spirit is there. I went a little bit longer today because I pretty much knew I would, because I wanted to explain this. Please share this with people that you think could understand it. And know that I'm here to love you too. Okay? Loving me allows me to love you. And, you know, I'm not asking you for anything. Okay? You know, if you know, I do sell other things, you know, PMF, pulse electromagnetic fields. That's my whole desire. And that's my calling. That's my calling. And I've seen too many people heal from it, including my own life, to not at least allow people to understand that science and spirit they're not equal, but certainly science can help for sure. So that's at electromeds.com. But in terms of giving this message is free. It can't be for profit. You see, it takes me a long time to prepare these messages, and you know, I want to say that I was loving and communicative and open. Okay, and that you learned about my personality, and that we made an agreement that you decided you were going to listen to me, and I was going to give you my best. So, until the next time, I'll be around. I need to follow up on this because there was so much that came out of this. You need to listen to this more than once, ladies and gentlemen. My friend who's sitting there on the other side of the computer screen. Anyway, until next time, I love you. And if you love me, thank you for that gift, because love is a gift.